Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohd Aiman bin Azman. My meeting number is CN100158. So today I would like to present about my PSM1, which is the title is Effect of Flowability of Spray Rigid Polyurethane Nozzle in Manufacturing Industry. So my supervisor is TS Dr. Nik Nur Munira binti Mat Hassan. So next. So the content that I will present today is the problem statement, research objective, research scope, and significant study, research review, research methodology, and expected result of the study. So firstly, when talking about problem statement, so according to previous research, there are several issues that caused by using spray polyurethane nozzle. So due to foam hardened into component system in a very short period of time via chemical reaction with the reaction of polymerization isocyanate hardener, the gun must be cleaned immediately after use. So next, so on-site application, polyurethane foam is typically a single component foam or a two component foam. So the finished product depends primarily on the proper application and properties of in-place foam. So spray nozzles are commonly clogged when particles move through the nozzle. They occasionally collide with the nozzle in a wall, causing particles to nozzle ball bonding and eventually nozzle breakage. So there are two research objectives for this study. So the first objective is to determine the optimal design of rigid polyurethane spray nozzle at different design using SolidWorks software. And the second objective is to analyze the flowability behavior of rigid polyurethane spray nozzle by using the NC software. So there are two research scopes. So the first scope is to determine the optimal design of rigid polyurethane spray nozzle at different design using SolidWorks software. So there are three designs that we have chosen. So the flat fan nozzle, full cone nozzle, and hollow cone nozzle. And second scope is to analyze the flowability behavior of rigid polyurethane spray nozzle, focusing on the flowability impact of spray nozzle by using NC software. So the parameter that will be investigate is pressure, volume, velocity, and volume inside the nozzle on the inlet and outlet of the nozzle. So I will present about the significance of the study. So firstly, the study will enlighten the effect of different design of rigid polyurethane spray nozzle using SolidWorks software and improve the flowability of spray nozzle. Secondly, the beneficial of nozzle design in the study is optimizing design of outlet of the nozzle to reduce the current problem of clogging and difficulty to control the injection spray of polyurethane foam. So thirdly, this research also contributed the nozzle size for to increase the spray efficiency and life cycle of the spray nozzle. And fourth, at the end of the research, the optimal design of the spray rigid polyurethane will be useful and increase the use of spray rigid polyurethane in manufacturing industry. So I will continue with the literature review. So literature review mostly contain information about polyurethane, polyurethane fabrication, rigid polyurethane spray, spray nozzle of polyurethane foam, and application in manufacturing. So firstly, Professor Dr. Otto Bayer from Leverkusen, Germany, first invent this special form back in 1937. So polyurethane foam is made up of two main raw, which is polyol and polyisocyanate together with catalyst and additive. So polyurethane foam are prepared by doing three procedures. Firstly, raw material mixing, then foaming and settling, and then curing. And spray polyurethane foam is a very effective thermal insulation material that has had significant market expansion over the last decade. Spray polyurethane foam is a spray applied insulation that has ability to decrease air filtration through crack, seam, and joints. So spray nozzle have numerous applications in many industrial purposes, with spray nozzle frequently being a critical component in determining the final quality of the product or the efficiency of the process. Lastly, the application in manufacturing, polyurethane are used in common material including a shoe component and other sporting products, medical equipment, and cabin insulation. The vehicle industry also use polyurethane in a variety of components such as dashboard, vibration resistant coating, and suspension bushing. So next, I will explain about the research methodology of the study. So next, I will explain about the flowchart methodology. So flowchart methodology will help plan all activities and so that the study can be run smoothly. So the flowchart methodology start with finding about the objective and the problem statement of the study, and then we have to continue with the literature review. So in this review, we will find information regarding the study. So next, we will move to the objective one of the study, which is preparation of design nozzle for spray polyurethane using SolidWorks software. So we have chosen three uh, design for the nozzle, which is flat fan nozzle, full cone nozzle, and hollow cone nozzle. So next, we will analyze the nozzle design by using ANSYS simulation software at different parameters. So that's the second objective. So the parameter that we will investigate is pressure, volume, velocity, and viscosity inside of the nozzle on the inlet and the outlet of the nozzle. So next, we will continue with the optimization probability of the spray nozzle design, and then we will analyze and discuss the findings and conclusion and final report of the study, and then the study will end. So I will explain about the flowchart of ANSYS simulation. So we will use ANSYS Fluent for the simulation. So the first simulation start with pre-processing. So on the nozzle we have to set the geometry design and generate the mesh and set the boundary condition on the nozzle, and then we will solve it and find the data, analyze the data, and then the simulation ends. So lastly, the expected result. So ANSYS software was used to study the flowability behavior of the rigid polyurethane spray nozzle with an emphasis on the flowability impact of the spray nozzle. So when simulated by using ANSYS software, the pressure, volume, velocity, and viscosity inside the nozzle will be evaluated. So the result will be then compared to discover the ideal nozzle for spray polyurethane application in manufacturing industry. So the target outcome of this research is to conduct an investigation effect of spray nozzle flowability. So in simulation, the best result in terms of flow rate will be chosen. So the expected outcome will be consistency and superior to the current spray nozzle. So thank you. That's all from me on my PSM presentation.